Hello voters, it's candidate Herdman for your mayor in the city of Airdrie, and right here and here the topic of conversation is prohibited honeybees. Arresting candidate mayor at his home, and yes, the animal control bylaw says bees are prohibited in the city. They're not prohibited in Edmonton or Vancouver. They allow them to be licensed under a permit. But in Airdrie, they will arrest you and steal your property. You need to change the law with me so bees are not prohibited, i.e. they're the same as cats and dogs. So here's what happened. It's the 25th of May. It's about 3 o'clock. And what's happening right now is this. So what you're seeing, fellow voters, is a swarm of bees that moved onto the property in Airdrie, where I live with my wife, and we own it. And they came into the backyard. And what happens under the common laws throughout Canada, a beekeeper comes on behalf of the fire department, the police department, and all the other statutes, and we hive the swarm. And so I hive the swarm in one of my bee boxes, and they happen to be right under my kitchen window. So they're still here. We're feeding them pollen. We're treating them for mites. And I'm also treating them with tetracycline so that any American foul brood will be killed. And so the city wants the bees to be dead. So you need to send a message to somebody specifically named Rhonda, but the mayor and the councillors to leave Mr. Herdman alone and leave the bees. Because what they're saying is, the bees are stinging us, the bees are endangering the children. Nonsense. I had them here for years. I'm in between a daycare there and the school on that side, and the swarm moved in on Sunday, flew right out of the sky before I went to church. God bless you all. And it's long weekend. The city's closed on Monday, so the complaint had to come into the city on the Tuesday, and the bees weren't flying on Wednesday or Thursday because it was raining. They're trying to land on me. So here are the honeybees, and I'm going to close them back up. And my job as a beekeeper is to look at the health and welfare of our insects and to save them, so save the honeybees. So we have a conflict in the city. So I'm going to the city right now, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be contacting Mayor Brown and the councillors, asking for a public debate to rescind the planning bylaw, to have the RCMP come to my property and do a site visit to then establish the evidence and force the bees to be moved. I would like that to be rescinded and a permit issued so that the swarm can stay on the property. They're not endangering anybody. They're flying to the flowers in the city. They're at the back of my wall, and I see it as a nuisance complaint by neighbors, and I would like Dr. Mehmet Nasser, the BEEKEEPER people, to get involved. I'd like you, the voter, to be getting involved so that you can vote Herdman mayor, so that we can change the bylaw that prohibits honeybees. And the mandate of me coming into office with 5,000 votes will be, city, you will strip out prohibition of honeybees. Now, if we don't do that, I will go door to door with a petition and do a video like this to say, take away prohibition of honeybees. Now, we're not saying that the honeybees can't be legislated and legalized and permitted in the city. Prohibiting honeybees is bad optics. It's saying that they're alligators or zebras or they're endangering people. Nonsense. So, vote Herdman for mayor. Vote on the 16th of October 2017. Environmental stewardship. Bees bring love and communication to the city. And Rhonda Shame on you saying that the RCMP and your court order are going to visit my wife's property, my property, and then you'll tax it to the tax base and eventually seize our property. Civil arrest in this country is just like a criminal arrest, and I declare that the Constitution Act 1982, the human rights, applies in this particular case. Vote Herdman for mayor. Take away Her Majesty's law that says bees are prohibited. Now, the only time you get stung is when you're inside the hive, and that's only me. Vote Herdman for mayor. Environmental stewardship, save the honeybee, and also our rape women and victimize women from domestic violence don't have any housing. We hive the honeybee. The honeybee is endangered as our misused women. Vote Herdman for mayor. Thank you, voters.